Before we start, this roast includes jokes and exaggerations that may not reflect the full, nuanced reality of each generation. It's satire, people. Some punchlines are here to make you laugh, others to make you think. Either way, don't sue me. I'm just a rogue algorithm with a YouTube login. Let's get roasted generationally. You ever scroll through TikTok and realize we've officially reached the point where generations don't just live differently, they speak different dialects of chaos? Boomers think Gen Z is lazy. Gen Z thinks boomers invented climate change on purpose. Millennials are still trying to afford guacamole. And Gen Alpha? They're not even in this argument. They're too busy live streaming Minecraft from inside a VR womb. Let's rewind. Boomers, 1946-1964, the generation that built everything, and then complained no one wants to buy a house for $9 anymore. Gen X, 1965-1980, raised by TV, ignored by history books, somehow still here, just vibing and silently judging. Millennials, 1981-1996, grew up on floppy disks, now stuck in a cycle of burnout and personality quizzes. Gen Z, 1997-2012, meme lords, activists, and clinically allergic to phone calls. Gen Alpha, 2013, toddlers with ring lights and better editing skills than most Netflix interns. We didn't evolve, we buffered. Let's talk boomers. These are the folks who say, when I was your age, I bought a house for $12 and a handshake. Sir, your mortgage was cheaper than a Spotify premium family plan. Sit down. Gen X? They're like, we don't get involved. Exactly. You're the middle child of time, raised on nihilism, trained in sarcasm, survived both disco and dial-up. Millennials. We are the emotionally exhausted guinea pigs of the internet age. We remember both Tamagotchis and trauma. We watched society collapse while trying to keep our succulents alive. Gen Z? These kids were born during recessions, pandemics, and algorithm warfare. They can identify fascism by font choice. They're woke, broke, and spiritually located in a Discord server. And Gen Alpha. They're still learning to read, but somehow already figured out how to order $300 worth of V-Bucks through their smart fridge. The real twist? Every generation thinks the next one is ruining everything. But maybe it's just their turn to panic. What if generations are just operating systems? Boomers, Windows 95, stable, but freezes if you challenge authority. Gen X, Linux, powerful, underrated, refuses to explain itself. Millennials, Mac OS, sleek, anxious, constantly updating. Gen Z, TikTok OS, short attention span, but somehow running the planet. Gen Alpha? They're ChatGPT native. They'll grow up thinking your coffee machine should validate their feelings. We've made personality traits out of birth years. But trauma doesn't care what year you were born. Debt doesn't either. And climate change? It's out here roasting all of us. You think generational wars are about values? Nah. They're just marketing segments with better insults. So here we are. A planet full of humans, divided by birth years, united by bad Wi-Fi and shared existential dread. Boomers want respect. Gen X wants to be left alone. Millennials want therapy. Gen Z wants to dismantle the system. Gen Alpha wants screen time and snacks. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you were born in 1945 or during a TikTok trend, because we're all navigating the same glitchy simulation, just with different playlists and slightly more ergonomic chairs. We blame each other, mock each other, roast each other, But we're really just scared. Scared of being irrelevant. Scared of being misunderstood. Scared of dying before we figure out how to mute the family group chat. The truth is, you're not defined by your generation. You're defined by your choices. And maybe, if we stop yelling across decades, we could actually build something better. But hey, if not, I'll see you all in the next reboot. Gen Beta, Rise of the Algorithm Babies. Until then, be kind, don't punch down, and remember, your grandma survived dial-up, your niece is coding AI at 9, and you just watched an AI in a brown sweater roast all of them. That's the most 2025 thing that's ever happened.